everybody, and welcome to yet another wonderful session on your favorite YouTube channel, Bhanzu. And here we are with yet another wonderful session on the chapter Data Handling for grade 7th. And today we are going to learn about chance and probability, something that we actually use in our day-to-day life. So let us get started with this session. Welcome to Bhanzu. This is your educator, Haripriya. And the first thing that you have to do before we get started is mark your attendance by hitting the like button. Also, share this video with at least one best friend of yours and ask them also to subscribe to the channel. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it right away and hit the bell icon, because whenever we post any videos, because we will be posting videos the entire week every day, and I will be going live every day sharp at 5:30. So you will be notified whenever there's any activity going on the channel. Right? So let me quickly look at the chats, live chat. Just give me a minute here. Okay, so today we're going to start off, actually this is going to be the last session of the entire chapter of data handling. We've already done part 1 of data handling where we have discussed about bar graphs and all of that, pictographs, and what is data handling, how do you draw a bar graph and all of that. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go watch it right now. And in today's session, it's about chance and probability. So we are going to first learn about the terminologies. Just give me 1 minute here. So we're going to learn about the terminologies. 1 minute. There's some mistake. Something wrong with the... Alright, are we live here? Just a minute. I don't know, somehow we were not able to look at the PPT, the backgrounds, so that's why I had to just refresh again. Alright. So let me check if I am able to do that. Yeah, all good. So today we're going to talk about random experiments, the definition of what exactly do I mean by random experiments, and then we will be talking about outcomes and events. What is the definition of an outcome and an event? What is chance and probability, which will be our finale topic, where I am going to talk about what is the difference between a chance and a probability, or do they actually mean the same? Right? So let us get started with the first topic, random experiment. What is an experiment? You have done a science experiment in your science labs and all of that, right? So what exactly do you mean by a random experiment? An experiment whose outcome is uncertain. You do not know what is going to be the outcome, right? For example, when you toss a coin. So when you toss a coin and when it is in mid-air, you don't know if it is heads or tails. It can be heads, it can be tails, right? These are the two possibilities. But you are not sure ki yes, if I flip a coin, I will always get a head. That's not sure, right? So an experiment whose outcome is uncertain is called as a random experiment. Now, a random experiment has some result, right? So when I toss a coin, I have heads. I either get a heads or I can either get a tail. So these two, heads and tails, are called as the outcomes, the results of an random experiment. So when a random experiment takes place, the results are nothing but the outcomes of that random experiment. So what is a random experiment here? An experiment where the result is unknown, is uncertain. For example, tossing a coin. So when you toss a coin, you don't know exactly what you will get all the time. It can either be heads or it can either be tails. So these heads and tails are two different outcomes. Just give me a second. Apologies for that. Alright, so let us get started with the third one, which is called as an event. Now we all know what an event is. Birthday parties, marriage celebrations, anniversary celebrations, all of them are events in our life, right? But yeah, in probability, an event is an outcome or a collection of outcomes of a random experiment. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, for example, when I roll the dice, I can get any number, right? But if I get a set of odd numbers, it's an event, right? Getting odd number is an event. Getting an even number is an event. Getting a prime number is an event, right? So an event is an outcome, is the result, or it can be a collection of outcomes. For example, I have rolled the dice thrice. The first time, I got 1. The second time, I got 3. And the third time, I got 5. So it's a collection of outcomes. It's a collection of events. So collection of outcomes is called as an event. Alright. So now we know what is a random experiment. It's an experiment whose result is uncertain. You're not sure about what is going to come as a result. And the result, instead of saying result, we are going to say it as outcome. The results are called as the outcomes. The results of a random experiments are called as outcomes. And then you have events. It is nothing but an outcome or a collection of outcomes of a random experiment. So if I throw a dice, if I get 6, getting an even number, getting 6 is an event that has just occurred. Now let's solve a question here. Rahul tosses a pair of coins at the same time. Okay, there are 2 coins and both of them he is tossing at the same time. Find all the possible outcomes of an event, right? So what do we have? We have 2 coins. Coin 1, coin 2. For example, I have 1 coin that I am tossing and suppose you also have 1 coin that you are tossing. So both of us will toss together. The first outcome, maybe I am getting heads and you are getting tails. Or I am getting tails, so you are getting heads. Okay. So the first outcome is the first coin has got tails and the second coin has got heads. The second result is nothing but outcome again. Okay. I have got heads, but you have got tails. The third outcome, both of us have got tails. And the fourth outcome, both of us have got heads. Do you think there's any other possibility other than these 4 here? No. You can beat around the bush, you can just, sit the entire night and try to figure out, but there are no other possible outcomes here, right? It can either be heads, tails, tails, heads, tails, tails, heads, heads, right? So these are the 4 different outcomes that can happen under the random experiment of tossing the 2 same coins at the same time, all right? Now, what is probability and what is chance? Now, let me tell you a secret. Chance and probability are actually almost the same thing, right? A probability is, chance is, for example, if I ask you, you're going on a vacation. Okay? What are the chances that it will rain during your vacation if you're going in the month of July? So, month of July is full of monsoons, right? So, what is the chance? You will say there's high chance that it will rain. So, the word high is the English word, right? You're telling there's a high chance. But if I assign a number to it, it becomes probability in mathematics. Alright? So you're just assigning a number to it. So a probability is a number that reflects the chance that a particular event will occur. So maybe I'll say 85% it will rain. Instead of saying there's a high chance of raining, I will say there's 85% of 85% it will definitely rain. So we are just putting a number to a particular event, okay, that it will happen or it will not happen. For example, what is today? Let's say today is a Monday. Okay, what is the probability that tomorrow is a Sunday? Can there be a Sunday after a Monday? Oh wow, that would be a very different and amazing world that I want to live in, where we get Sunday after every day. Like there's Monday, there's Sunday. But there's Tuesday, there's Sunday. So there's alternate days there is, off. Harsimran Kaur, hello. Thank you for joining in. So guys, if you are here for the first time, do let me know your name and let me know where you're coming from. Alright, and please type it in the chat box so that I know you are there watching me. Okay? Alright. So a probability is same as chance, but in probability we take up a number that reflects the chance of a particular event will occur or not. Now, it is the measure of degree of uncertainty. Matlab, to what extent can the event happen? Or to what extent can the event not happen? है ना? So see, if I say today it looks cloudy in Bangalore, what are the chances that it might rain? So I will say, it looks like I have a really high chance that it will rain by evening. So that's a normal English layman term. But now you know mathematics. We are all mathematicians, right? So we are going to use the concept of probability and say, I guess there's like 90% probability, 90% chance that it will rain. है ना? So we're going to use numbers to it. It will rain, it will not rain, it might not rain also. Maybe the clouds are just teasing and giving us a good weather, right? So there are chances like that. Alright? For example, it will rain or not today in your city. As I told you, it's very nice and windy and cloudy outside in Bangalore. But will it rain? Maybe or maybe not. But high chances are there that it will definitely rain. Alright? Now, so probability in mathematical terms is probability of an event. A is an event. Okay? An event can be getting heads, getting tails, getting an even number when I roll a dice. It can be anything. An event. Okay? Where the number of favorable outcomes of that event divided by the total number of outcomes. Let us do a question to understand that. Find the probability of choosing a vowel in the word probability. Now, what are vowels, guys? A, E, I, O, and U. These are our 5 cute little vowels, right? Now, in the letter probability, how many vowels can you plot? So, there's one A, one I, and I. So, we have 3. The probability of getting a vowel. How many vowels are there? There are 3 vowels. Because you can either get this A, or you can either get this I, or you can either get this I. Just because I is repeating, you should not say I'll only count it once. No, but there are 2 I's. You can get any of it. Hai na? So that's why we have to count even if the letter is getting repeated. Alright? So how many vowels are there in the word probability? 3 vowels. And total number of outcomes. Matlab, what are the total number of letters that are there? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So totally there are 11. Yeah, totally there are 11 words in letters in the word probability. Alright, so what is the probability that we would be choosing an vowel? It is definitely 3 out of 11 because there are 3 vowels, A, I, and I. Please remember, whenever there is a repeated observation, you have to take into account that as well. Just because the I is repeating here 2 times, you can't just say, okay, I'm only going to count it once. Don't do that, okay? So you will have to count it thrice. So what is the formula here that we were using? Number of favorable outcomes. Matlab, number of ways in which you can get a vowel. So there are 3 different ways in which that can happen. You can either get a or I, another one, right? So there are 3 favorable outcomes divided by the total number of outcomes. The total number of outcomes is how many letters do we have in the word probability. So total of we have 11 words, right? So the probability of getting a vowel, of randomly picking a vowel from the letter from the word probability is 3 out of 11. So the probability is 3 out of 11. Let's take another example here to understand further. Now let's take up dice. Okay, the example of dice. We have taken coins, we have taken a lot of things. Let's take up the example of dice. Now I have thrown a dice. Okay, what? How does a dice look like? It's a cube, hai na? And it has 6 faces. So that's why we have numbers from 1 to 6 written on the dice. Right? Now, what is the probability of getting a prime number? Now, how many prime numbers are there here? We have 2, 3 and 5. So, what is the probability of getting a prime number? Pn is prime number. Alright. So, what is the probability of getting a prime number? How many prime numbers are there? 3. Divided by the total number of outcomes. Totally how many numbers are there? 6. So on simplifying, you will be getting 1 by 2. So the probability of getting a prime number when you roll dice is 1 by 2. There's high probability that you'll be getting. Now what is the probability of getting 2 or 4? Now how many 2's are there? 1. How many 4's are there? 1. So total number of possible outcomes is just 2. Because we only have 1 2 and 1 4 on the dice. Divided by what are the total number of outcomes here? 6 numbers. So the answer is 1 by 3. Now, probability of getting a multiple of 2 or 3. Matlab it can be a multiple of 2 or it can be a multiple of 3. Is 1 a multiple of 2 or 3? No. Is 2 a multiple of 2 or 3? Yes, it's a multiple of 2. So we'll count that. 3 is a multiple of 3. So we're going to count that also. 4 is also a multiple of 2. So we're going to count that. 5 is not a multiple of 2. It's not a multiple of 3 also. So we're not going to count that. 6 is a multiple of 2 and 3. So we're going to take 4 different outcomes out of 6. So 2 by 3. Now, I know a lot of you are getting confused here. I know a lot of you are getting confused and they're like, ma'am, how are you choosing 2 and 3 also? Why is the answer just not 6? Only one number. Because it's written or and not and. There's a difference between or and. If I say and, probability of getting a multiple of 2 and 3. If I say that, then you have to pick a number which is a multiple of 2 and 3. Now, if I pick 2, it's not a multiple of 3. If I pick 3, it's not a multiple of 2. If I pick 4, it's not a multiple of 3. It is definitely a multiple of 2, but not 3. So, there you have 6. So, only one possibility is there out of the 6 digits that we have. So, the probability is 1 by 6. Now you understand the difference between or and. Let's get started with the very famous deck of cards. Now this is my all-time favorite concept because I love the card tricks that you can watch a lot of card tricks on YouTube also, and then I love playing different kinds of card games and all. So I get super excited whenever there is a question on cards, right? So firstly, I want to introduce these cards to you guys if you don't know. So there are 4 different types: clubs, spade, hearts and diamonds. So 2 sets are blacks and 2 sets are reds. Okay, like heart and diamonds are reds and spade and clubs are black. Okay, each of them will have a king, queen and jack. As you can see, king, queen, jack, king, queen, jack, king, queen, jack, king, queen, jack. And then each of them will have an A card also. Ace, A. Right? So totally here there are 13, here there are 13, here there are 13, here also there are 13. Alright. So totally you will be having 52 set of cards in a pack of cards. Okay. In a deck of cards you have total number of cards are 52. 13 are clubs, 13 are spade, 13 are hearts and 13 are diamonds. Alright. Now the question is, now another information that you have to know is face cards. Face cards matlab face cards. Now what is a face card? Where you can see faces. Like king has a face, queen has a face, jack has a face. So they are called as face cards. A is not a face card. Okay. So each of these decks have 3 face cards each. Alright. And then rest of them are numbers. Alright. Can I quickly get a yo in the chat box? Did everybody understand till here? It's very interesting. And we're going to do a lot of probability questions on this also. But yeah, did everybody understand till here? Can I get a quick yo? All right. Okay. Okay. Now, let us start solving questions because there'll definitely be one or the other question here. A card is drawn at random from the pack of 52 cards. Find the probability that the card drawn is a black king. Now, how many blacks are there? There are 13 here and 13 here. So, totally you have 26 black cards here. Now, I need a black card which is also a king card. So, where are the possibilities? There's one here and there's one here. So, total number of outcomes is only 2, no? There's one here and there's one here. The total possible outcomes are only 2. So, the probability of getting a black king is 2 out of, now you should not be thinking because we are only talking about the color black, we will only take into consideration these 26 cards. No. We are still have to take into consideration all the 52 cards because it's mentioned in the question that we are taking a deck of cards with 52 cards in it. We are shuffling them. Randomly, if I pick a card, what is the probability that it will be a black king? So, it is 2 possibilities are there. It can be either this card or it can be either this card. So, total of 2 kings are there. Now, if you are wondering, ma'am, these 2 are also kings. Now, why are we not counting that? Because it's clearly mentioned black king. But these 2 are red kings, right? So, 2 out of the total of 52 cards. Alright. So, the answer is 1 out of 26. Or you can say 2 out of 52. Next, what is the probability of getting a number 10? How many 10s are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't say which color. They just said 10. So, it can be of any suit. It can be clubs. It can be spade. It can be hearts. It can be diamonds. It can be anything, right? So, how many total 10 cards are there? There are 4 different 10 cards out of the 52 cards that we have. So, we have 1 out of 13. Alright. So, you can simplify or leave it as it is, does not matter. Now, what is the probability of getting a spade card? Spade is a suit. This is spades. The second row. Okay. 1 minute. So, this is spades. How many spades are there? There are 13 spades out of the 52 cards that we have. So, you can write it as 13 out of 52. Understood? So, that is nothing but 1 by 4. So, the probability of getting a spade card is 1 out of 4 because totally there were 13 spade cards out of 52. Alright? Okay. Now, what is the probability of getting 7 of clubs? What is clubs? This one is clubs. 7 of clubs you can see here. Is there anywhere else you can see 7 of clubs? No. So, what are the different possible outcomes of getting 7 of clubs? There's only one possible outcomes out of the total of 52 cards that we have. So, the possibility is only 1 out of 52. So, the probability of getting 7 of clubs is 1 by 52. Now, we want ace, spade. Spade is this one. So, we have spade A here, ace of spade. Is there anywhere else that you can see ace of spades? No. So, how many ace of spades are there? Only 1 out of the total of 52 cards. Alright. So, this is how you will have to solve problems related to probability on cards. Now, if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section. I will I will definitely reply back to all your doubts. Let's do another question. A bag contains 3 red balls and 5 black balls. So, total number of balls are how much? 3 plus 5, 8 balls are there. A ball is drawn at random from the bag. What is the probability of getting a red color ball? How many red color balls are there? 3. Out of, what are the total number of balls in the bag? 8. So, the probability is 3 by 8. What is the probability of getting a black ball? How many black balls were there? 5. Out of, what are the total number of what are the total number of balls in the bag? 8. So, that's it. 3 by 8 and 5 by 8. Isn't probability super duper easy? So, similarly, I have given one question for you guys to try. and then let me know in the comment section. It's a little, what do I say, a different question, different kind of a question. You need to think a lot to answer, but do let me know in the comment section. I'll try to take all those names who have answered it. Okay, and in the next class, I'll try to display those names. All right. So that is all for today. In the next class, we're going to start off a brand new chapter called Squares and Square Roots, where we will talk about the properties of square numbers and few interesting patterns, finding the square of a number, and we will be talking about the Pythagorean triplets. All right. Thank you so much, guys. You people were wonderful here. If you have any doubt, do let me know in the comment section or in the chat box. I will definitely reply back. All right. Anything else? I can see a few people live, so watching live. So, guys, if you have any doubts or if you have anything to say, can you please put it out right now? Hi, Harsimran Kaur. Welcome to the class. Any doubts, guys? All right. All right. So thank you so much. You people were wonderful today. I'm going to see you again in the next class. Okay? Chalo. Bye-bye.